Hi there Year 7, hope you're all well. Welcome to today's maths lesson. Let's start off with a quick starter for me. Can you take out your rough books or a rough piece of paper or a mini whiteboard, whatever you have to hand, and can you pause the video for 5-10 minutes and work out 6,232 plus 100, 2,996 divided by 1,000, 3 squared plus 8 squared, 2 and 5/6, subtract 1 1/3, and negative 4 plus 5. If you finish all of those, have a go at my extension question on the right hand side. Pause the video for 5 to 10 minutes and have a go at those questions now, please. Rightio, let's go through the answers. Finlay, what's 6,232 plus 100? Correct, 6,332. What's 2,996 divided by 1,000, please, Amelia? Correct, 2.996, excellent. 3 squared plus 8 squared, what's that going to give me, Chloe? Correct, 9 plus 64 will give me 73. If you did the next one, you needed to convert those into improper fractions, then make the denominators the same, and then if you cancelled that through, you'll have got 1 1/2. Well done if you got that right, that was really tricky. For the next one, I've got negative 4 plus 5, that's going to give me 1. And for my extension question, I asked you, at a castle, the table shows the cost of tickets for visiting a castle for a family, an adult and a child. If 2 adults and a child visit the castle, they buy a family ticket. How much more would it cost them to buy 2 adult tickets and 2 child tickets? Well, 2 adult tickets would be 2 times £6.50, which is £13. 2 child tickets is 2 times £4.50, which is 9. If you add together 13 and 9, that's going to give you 22. 22 is £5 more than £17, so the correct answer was £5. Well done if you got that right. Okay, let's head into the diagnostic quiz now. So if you could write down on your mini whiteboards or in your rough books A, B, C or D for each of these questions. Pause the video at any minute if you want to spend some extra time working it out, and we'll go through the answers at the end. So off we go. Question number 1. In a class, there are 12 girls and 18 boys. What fraction of the class are girls? Feel free to pause the video and have a little think. Splendid. Question number 2. What fraction of this shape is shaded? Look at the shape. What fraction of that shape has been shaded? Again, pause the video if you need. Question number 3. Can you calculate for me 3/5 of £45? I'd start by calculating 1/5 and then multiply that by 3. Again, pause the video if you need. Next question, can you calculate 2/7 of 42 grams? Again, pause the video if you need. And for our final question, in a class there are 8 boys and 12 girls. What fraction of the class are girls? Okay, let's check your answers. For question number 1, there are 18 boys out of 30 altogether. So the fraction of the class that are girls, I disagree, that should be C, 12 out of 30. There are 30 children altogether, 12 of them are girls, so the correct answer is C. For question number 2, the fraction of that shape that's shaded is 1/3. You could have worked it out, could have said, well, 5 have been shaded. I can get another 5 here and another 5 here. That's splitting the shape into 3 equal parts, so it's 1/3. For question number 3, I asked you to calculate 3/5 of £45. Well, 1/5 is 45 divided by 5, which is 9. So 3/5 is 9 times 3, which is £27. For question number 4, to calculate 1/7, well, 1/7 is just 6, because it's 42 divided by 7, and 6 times 2 is 12. And for our last question, what fraction of the class are girls? Well, it's 12 out of 20 altogether this time, so the correct answer was A. Right, you can either work in your dark blue books if you'd like to make notes, or you can continue working in your rough books. It's up to you. We've made notes on this before, but you might want to make some new, fresh notes in your dark blue books. If you've chosen to write in your dark blue books, can you give me the title Modelling Addition? You can write today's date if you wish as well. The date today is the 8th. Okay, you know how this works. I'm going to go through 2 examples and then there'll be some for you to do. I'm going to model these using our algebra tiles. Now we said the yellow tile was worth +1 and the red tile was worth -1. So if I want to model 3 plus -2, I need +3, which is 3 of these yellow tiles, and -2, which is 2 of these red tiles. Now what can I do when I've got a mix of yellow and red tiles, please, Will? Correct, I can get rid of 0 pairs. So if I line these up, I've got 1 0 pair here, let's bin it. I've got another 0 pair here. So the answer is just going to be +1. Let's go through another example. This time I've got -4, which is 4 red squares, plus +2. If I get rid of the 0 pairs, there's 1, there's 2. Charlie, what am I left with? -2. Brilliant, thanks Charlie. Over to you, Year 7. Please pause the video for a couple of minutes and in your dark blue books or in your rough books, can you work out these 4 for me now, please? Use your algebra tiles to model it, that will help you out. Okay, hopefully you paused the video and had a go at those. I'll go through the answers now. So for the first one, I've got +2 and -3, so let's put those together. If I then remove my 0 pairs, there's 1 and there's 2, I'm left with -1. Now for the next one, I need +2 and I need to add on -2. This time when I remove 0 pairs, there's 1, there's the other one, I'm left with nothing at all. For the next one, I've got -2 to start with, which is 2 red squares, and I add on +3. Let's remove some 0 pairs. There's 1, there's 2. So what am I left with? 1 +1. And for the last one, I start with -3, which is 3 reds. This time I add on 1 +1, I remove a 0 pair, and I'm left with -2. Okay, Year 7, please switch to your rough books or onto your mini whiteboards or a rough sheet of paper. Pause the video for 10 minutes or so and have a go at these questions now, please. And these are the answers I was looking for. Please check your work and see how you did. Rightio, we were looking at addition. Let's have a go at subtraction. So feel free to switch back to your dark blue book if you wish. I'll model 2 examples and then there'll be 2 for you to do. Now I've got +2 subtract 3. We know that's the same as 2 plus -3. Addition of the additive inverse. 2 subtract 3 is exactly the same as 2 plus -3. Let's model this with our algebra tiles. I need 2 yellows for the +2, and for -3 I need to have 3 reds. Now let's get rid of some 0 pairs. There's 1, there's 2, and I'm left with just the 1 red square, which equals -1. Let's look at another example. This time I've got -2 subtract -3. Now whenever we see 2 negatives in a row like this, 1, 2, in a row, we know 2 negatives become a positive. So I can write this sum as -2 plus 3. So our 2 negatives that were here have become a plus, and that's -2 plus 3. Let's model it. I need 2 reds for -2 and 3 yellows for +3. If I remove some 0 pairs, there's 1, there's 2, I'm left with just positive 1. Over to you guys in your dark blue books or your rough books, wherever you've chosen to work today. Please pause the video for a couple of minutes and work these two out. Right, I'll go through the answers. So for the first one, I know I can write that as 2 plus negative 4. And I can model that using my algebra tiles. I need to grab 2 yellows for the positive 2. And I need to grab 4 reds for my negative 4. Let's remove some 0 pairs. There's 1, there's 2, and all I've got left over is negative 2. For the next one, I first notice that I've got 2 negatives in a row, and that becomes a positive. So I can rewrite this sum as negative 2 plus 5. Now we can model it. Negative 2 means I need 2 reds, and positive 5 means I need 5 yellows. There they are. Let's remove some 0 pairs. There's 1. There's your second one. And I'm left with just positive 3. Over to you guys in your rough books or on your mini whiteboards. Please pause the video for 10 minutes or so and have a go at these questions for me now. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay guys, we're going to go through one more set of questions. This time I've got 4 plus negative 1. And I know I can model that with 4 yellows plus 1 red. 1 red for my negative 1. There it is. If I remove my 0 pairs, like so, I'm left with positive 3. For the one below, I need to notice I've got 2 negatives in a row, and that's going to become a positive. So now I've got 4 plus 1. And hopefully, we can model it. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus positive 1. Hopefully we'll all work that one out as just positive 5. Over to you guys in your dark blue books or on your mini whiteboards. Please pause the video for a minute or two and have a go at these questions. Right here, let's go through the answers. For positive 5, I'm going to need 5 yellow squares. To add on negative 2, I need 2 reds. If I remove my 0 pairs, I'm left with positive 3. And for the one below, I've got positive 5. We know that when there's 2 negatives in a row, that becomes a positive. So I've got 5 plus 2, adding on 2 yellow squares, gives me 7. Okay guys, in your rough books, please pause the video for 10 minutes or so and have a go at these questions for me. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, finally pause the video for 30 seconds and work out the answers to each of these for me. Top tip, 2 of them have the same answer. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. You'll notice that these 2 have the same answer and these have the same answer. Okay guys, and that's the end of today's lesson. Please head on over to Google Classroom and submit today's exit ticket for me so I can see how you got on and identify any misconceptions you might have. Thank you very much for listening, Year 7. Have a wonderful weekend. Off you go. Goodbye.